bird is freed and let the good times roll. Those were the tweets from the world's richest man, Elon Musk, who has finally completed his $44 billion takeover of Twitter. Musk, a self-styled free speech absolutist, has long been very vocal and critical of Twitter's management and its moderation policies. A number of top executives have already reportedly been fired and were, according to Reuters, escorted out of Twitter's San Francisco headquarters late on Thursday evening. The completion of the deal brings to an end months of legal wrangling, but it has prompted questions over the platform's future direction. The New York Stock Exchange said on Friday that trading in Twitter shares had been suspended, given the reason is, quote, merger effective. And joining me now to discuss this further is Jonathan Klingan, advocate and legal counsel for the Israeli digital rights movement. Thank you so very much for coming on this evening, Jonathan.
Thank you for having me.
Break this all down for us a little bit in the most simple way possible. What does it mean that Elon Musk now owns Twitter? What changes are going to be made? We're already seeing some.
So the first thing we need to understand is that when a company goes private from being public, it would be less transparent if until yesterday both you or I could have owned shares in Twitter, see their yearly reports, see the revenues from advertisements, see some of their policies, or have some way to affect how that company is managed by buying more shares and having more power. Once Mr. Musk has full control over Twitter, he is the one making the shots. He's the one making the call on whether something would be allowed or not, who would be the legal counsel, what policies would be taken. It doesn't mean, however, that Twitter will not follow laws. There are laws everywhere, and in each country that Twitter operates, it will need to comply with local laws, and if it will not do so, it will be exposed. What will change mostly is that Twitter would need to fund itself better. Until today, Twitter had some gains, some losses, but Elon Musk took a $44 billion loan that bears interest. And just to return the interest, he'd have to return around $1 billion per year of interest. This means that if he doesn't generate profits after tax, after everything, to pay back just the loan, he will be in a mess. Now, I assume that he bought Twitter because he believes he can make it profitable. It's not a toy. No one spends $44 billion on a toy. He believes that people will use Twitter, that his ideas, his perception of how speech should be implemented would be more favorable than the current situation, and he can take something that he paid $44 billion for and make it worth 10, 20, 30 times as much. Think of it. If he grows Twitter just to be half of what Facebook was just a year ago, he can have a $1 trillion company. And that would mean he could do 20-fold on his money. Whether he'll do that or not, that's up to him. That's his call. That's based on the management he'll choose and the people that will go with him.
Right. And Jonathan, where do we stand on what's seemingly turning out to be a fine line between freedom of speech versus hate speech? We're talking about, is he going to be unbanning the former U.S. President Donald Trump from Twitter? And will he allow people like Kanye West, who has taken insults at Jews on the platform, back onto it?
So your guess would be as good as mine here. His intentions, as stated, were to enhance speech and give more people the ability to speak out more. But it doesn't mean that once he sees his bank statement at the end of the month and sees that advertisers would not advertise next to Donald Trump or Kanye West's tweets, that he won't change his policy. Because at the end of the day, all he has to do is bring money to the table. And if he's not able to do that, it doesn't matter how much speech is there, because Kanye West has today the ability to speak with everyone over his own platform. He just bought his own social network, and the same goes for Donald Trump. The thing is that no one's listening on that end, so they need the platform where the users are. If users would elect or request that Donald Trump be reinstated, and they would like his offensive speech and Kanye West's hate speech, who are we to decide that we know better? Now, I don't think that I would follow these people. I don't think that they should be just censored by Twitter. I think that if they broke any hate speech law, they should be prosecuted. I think that if Kanye West started to incite violence, he should be
It very much does seem like a fine line there. And undoubtedly, he's one of the most ambitious and successful entrepreneurs, but he also has his own controversy. Jonathan Klinger, advocate and legal counsel for Israeli digital rights movement, thanks for coming on.